All right, now that we have all of our attributes entered into our survey, by the way, that's what we're doing here. We're building the survey in the back end, which you'll see in the preview when we get there. Our next task is to set up our explicit response task lead-in questions, if you will. So let's go to that page right now and see what that looks like. Now, I'm going to enlarge this just a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. The paragraph describing what's going on here is right here. But an explicit response task, like an implicit response task, has 3 levels to it. Level 1 really asks people to take a look at your SOI image and evaluate it for its appeal or unappeal. Not a really good way to say that, but it's positive or negative evaluation. So in each of these boxes here, you can put in how you want to ask the question or how you want to lead into this question, and then the attributes that you want at level 1. For level 2 and level 3, that should be level 2 emotions and level 2 features. You will have the attributes that you've already entered in. So they will show up here, the ones that you've entered in the previous steps. You can also, for each of these response tasks, enter in the lead-in question here. So to do that, this is what the explicit response tasks will look like as it's set up now. The respondent will see an image of the SOI, the NuGo bar here in this example, and underneath that they'll see this is something you find appealing or unappealing, and they can choose one of these attributes, as you'll see. Once they select whatever they find this SOI to be, either appealing or unappealing, they move to level 2 features, and it says something like its strongest characteristic is, and then the attributes will be listed underneath. And then once the respondent selects that attribute, they move to the emotions level 2. It says it makes you feel, and then the emotions will show up here. By the way, the valence of the emotions or the features will be consistent with what the respondents choose at level 1. If I choose appealing, I'll see the positive features and the positive emotions show up at level 2 features and emotions. If I choose unappealing or negative, then you'll see the negative attributes show up, either features or emotions, as the response task continues. So keep that in mind. But you can change the wording here in this lead-in question. So I might say, you find this to be ... and you can change that to positive and negative, for instance. I always like to have capital letters for this first level. And here you can change this to say something like, it mostly conveys, I get my typing right, mostly conveys, and you can say, and it makes you feel whatever. I don't like this for this study, so I'm going to change this back. You find this nutrition bar to be appealing, unappealing, and I might say something like, because, if I could type again, its strongest characteristic is, and it makes you feel that way. So again, these are the lead-in questions for the explicit response tasks, and you'll see this when we preview the survey. So think about how you want to ask the explicit response tasks or the explicit questions, and then when you're all done entering in the wording that you want, you hit submit, and we're ready to move on.